Hey guys, it's Briana, and I'm here with a video on hair frustration. So this isn't going to be specific to any person with just natural hair. This goes for everyone, because I'm pretty sure every girl or every person in general goes through periods where they're just not satisfied with their own hair. They wish it was longer, they wish it was shorter, they wish it was lighter, they wish it was darker, they wish the pattern was different, they wish it was straighter, whatever. You get the point. So I go through this too, definitely. I go through it a lot because I personally am like super spontaneous when it comes to my hair, and I really like to change it up a lot. I get bored really quickly, and that's been a problem in the past, which when I used to dye my hair all the time, I used to cut it kind of often and do different things with it. So I know what it's like to be bored with your hair. So I just wanted to make a video to give you guys a few tips, or just talk about dealing with that. So first off would be just to know you're not alone. Everyone, no matter what your curl pattern, no matter how straight or whatever your hair is, everyone goes through periods where they're frustrated and they sometimes just want to give up on the journey, including myself, definitely. So know that you're not alone. And also, my next pointer would be, do not make rash decisions, because like I said, I tend to be very spontaneous with my hair, and to the point where in the past there have been times where just from like watching a TV show or reading something in a magazine, that quickly I would just see something and be like, oh, you know what, I'm going to dye my hair tonight. And I lived next to a Rite Aid, so I just walk to Rite Aid and then go dye my hair like auburn or something. So yeah, which can be fun, but also dangerous, especially when you have hair that's prone to breakage like mine. So while one of the perks of having natural hair is being able to be versatile and do different things, I wouldn't suggest that in the midst of frustration with your hair that you make any big decisions. I would say sleep on it more than just a night. Like, think about it for like at least a week or two before you do something. Like, for instance, coloring your hair, for those of you who have hair that might be sensitive to color, because you don't want to make a mistake that might set you back in your process. Or even cutting your hair, whether it be a big chop or just a different style, because while as much as I support big chops and haircuts and things and I love it, I know that if you decide to do something like that out of frustration, then a couple days after you do it, you might be like, oh my god, why'd I do that? Or even going back to relaxing it, or anything really, any hair decision that could possibly be permanent, I wouldn't make those decisions in the moment. As much as sometimes you might just feel like, oh, I just want to do it, I just want to do it, I would just say wait, just to make sure that you don't regret it and set yourself back. And with that said, my next tip would be, don't be afraid to switch it up. Because as much as I don't think you should make rash decisions, I do think that it's fun to play with your hair and do different things to help you spice it up. So whether that be protective styles with like braids or twists, or now they have the crochet braids, or anything like at all, color even, anything, chopping it, I say go for it. Because just be careful, make sure you think about it beforehand, because that's a part of the fun of natural hair. And I know for me personally, when I first started out, I guess because I've always been natural as well, I always thought like, oh, I don't want to wear fake hair, that's not for me, I'm not into that. But I learned that it's really fun, and it helps your hair grow. It gives you time to not have to deal with your own hair, but it also just provides another look, something different, you know? And you can do a lot of things with fake hair, because you can add different colors that maybe if you don't want to dye your own hair, you can add the colors in and it looks like it's your own hair. So that's fun. Now, I know most people have been onto this, but if you're like me and newer to it, it's like exciting and all, especially if you're if you've been natural like I have and was afraid to try too much. I would definitely say don't be afraid to change it up and do things like that, play with it to keep yourself from getting bored and to stay motivated. And then next, I would say remember why you started, because I know sometimes through the process it gets frustrating. It's like, why am I doing this when I feel like it's not even growing? Because like for me personally, I've recently really been frustrated with my hair because I've been wearing twist outs and things, as you can see, and it was starting to like look longer and all in the twist outs, but I got tired of doing them every night, twisting it up and all that, and I wanted to just be able to wear a wash and go. And seeing the length in the twist out, I was like, oh yeah, it's probably going to look longer now when it's in the wash and go. I can't wait to do it. So when I finally did it again, I was so frustrated and discouraged because it shrunk back up into my little fro, you know, it didn't really look any longer. And I was just like, oh, why is my hair doing this? I wish that it was longer. And I was like, why have I been taking vitamins? Why have I been taking as much care of it or whatever, putting in so much work when it's not even going to look any longer? And that's not the way to think about it, because I have to remind myself sometimes, number one, it's not about length, it's about health of your hair, and we put in the work because we want our hair to be healthy and to look good at whatever length it is, whether it be at your scalp or down your back. And also I try to remember that I started doing this also because if I do want to grow my hair, I'm going to have to keep it up, and it is a process. It's going to take a long time. It's not something that happens overnight. You have to be realistic about it, because for me, I have a tighter curl pattern and super dense hair, so it's going out more than down, which is fine, but I also have to remember that it's going to take a long time for it to come down to where I want it to be with the type of hair I had. So just have to try to remember why you started to help keep you motivated so that you don't get discouraged. And then my last and probably my most important point would be you have to stop comparing yourself to other people. Now, that's something that I specifically struggle with in a lot of areas of life, but it's definitely something that holds you back, because comparison is the thief of joy. That's such a true statement, because there's nothing that comparing yourself to someone else can do for you. There's no benefit from it, because God made you the way you are. You can't change that, and you only have one head of hair. It's yours, so you might as well embrace it and rock it and be confident about it, and realize again that everyone goes through different periods of not liking what they've got, so it doesn't matter if you're like someone else or whatever. And what would being like someone else do for you then if everyone feels that way, you know? So just don't compare yourself to other people, because it's not going to help you feel better about yourself. And then with that said also, I know personally that I get motivation from Instagram pages of natural hair, or even like other YouTubers. They help remotivate me after I'm going through a period like this, and I'm like, oh wow, if she can do it, then I can do it. And I hope that this video does that for you. But in that, remember that you can't watch someone else's video with different hair than you or whatever, whether it's tighter, looser, longer, straighter, whatever, and wish that you had their hair, you know? You can't achieve to have what they've got. You have to just use what they're saying to motivate you, you know? To just be like, you know what, they're taking care of their hair, I want to take care of my hair like that too. If they can do it, then I can do it. We're in this together to support each other and everything. So I just wanted to touch on that topic, because I know that it's very, very apparent in the natural hair world especially. And just to remind everyone out there that you're not alone. This happens to everyone. You know, I struggle with it. So, yeah, don't get discouraged, please. Stick with it. It's worth it. And once again, my points were to know you're not alone. Don't make rash decisions. Don't be afraid to try something new. And also remember why you started, and do not compare yourself to others, because it's not going to help you out. Alright, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. And please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you in the next video. Bye!